We shape our choices to please, to fit in, to be applauded, forgetting the quiet voice within. Discover how Rumi's timeless wisdom can guide us to live authentically, unshackled by fear of what others think. This video, adapted from the 7 Rumi book collection by Dr. Farid Mostaman, reveals how ancient wisdom still speaks to our modern struggles, and how freedom begins the moment we choose to live on our own terms.
Father, I feel pulled in many directions. Everyone tells me how I should live, but their voices drown out my own.
You have spoken of the struggle of many, my son. The world is full of voices, each prescribing how one should live. But if you obey them all, you risk living a life that is not yours.
Listen to the nightingale above us. Does it sing for applause?
No, Father. It sings because it must.
Exactly. Be like a singing bird that keeps its melody, not for applause, not for company, but because that is what it was born to do. But Father, is that not selfish? Should we not live to please others, to honor their wishes?
There is a difference, my son, between service and servitude. To serve out of love is noble.
But to live only for approval is a form of bondage.
Reputation shifts like sand in the wind. If you chain your life to the opinions of others, you will never find rest.
But what if they misunderstand me? What if my choices bring dishonor?
Then let them misunderstand. The bird does not stop because someone dislikes its tune.
Should you betray your truth for their comfort?
Live as your soul commands, not as the crowd demands.
It feels so heavy, Father. The weight of expectation is hard to bear.
That is because you measure yourself by borrowed standards. Wealth, fame, recognition. But the bird compares itself to no one. It sings because it must. So too must you.
Then a life lived for reputation is not truly mine.
Exactly. Living for reputation is like wearing a mask that grows heavier with time.
And to live authentically?
To live authentically is to remove the mask, even if it startles those around you.
But approval feels sweet, hard to ignore.
Approval is a shallow drink. Authenticity is deep water. One fades quickly, the other sustains the soul.
Then the real question is not, what will people think of me, but am I true to myself?
Well said. To live authentically is to live honestly before your own soul and before God.
And when I live this way, will joy follow?
Yes, my son. When you are true to yourself, joy will come.
Like a river, flowing unseen beneath the earth.
So to live well is not to be admired, but to be true.
Exactly. The world does not need more masks. It needs melodies. But Father, what if I am alone in this? What if no one understands my song?
The nightingale sings whether the forest listens or not. Authenticity sometimes means solitude.
But that solitude is full of freedom.
Then even in silence, even in solitude, I must sing.
Yes, my son. And in doing so, you will unknowingly bless others too.
Father, I think I understand. To live authentically is to sing my own song, Not borrowed, not performed, but true.
When you do things from your soul, you feel a river moving in you, a joy. Let that river be your guide.
Father, I feel lighter, as if a weight has lifted from me.
Then remember, my son Abulavite, life is not for applause. It is for truth.
Be like a singing bird that keeps its melody, not for applause, not for company, but because that is what it was born to do. Across centuries, the questions remain the same. How should we live authentically? Ancient wisdom does not fade, my son, it transforms. The struggles may change their clothing, but the heart of the matter remains the same. Baba, earlier you spoke about ancient wisdom carrying light into our modern struggles.
But sometimes I feel that life today is far too complicated. Technology, work, constant comparison with others. It feels overwhelming. How can words written centuries ago help me with these pressures?
My son, human struggles have always worn different clothes, but carried the same heart.
In Rumi's time, people feared the judgment of neighbors and the weight of tradition.
Today, the fear has shifted to social media, careers, and appearances. Yet beneath it all is the same longing.
To live authentically and not be imprisoned by others' opinions.
But isn't caring about what others think natural? Doesn't society shape who we are? Society gives us a compass. But Rumi warned, if you invest too much in what others think, you will end up imprisoned by their opinions.
When approval becomes your food, you grow hungry for it, even starve, when it doesn't come.
This is where modern anxiety is born. Comparison, likes, recognition.
That's exactly what I feel. Sometimes it seems like I'm chasing after other people's expectations more than my own dreams.
And that, my son, is why ancient wisdom still matters. Rumi compared us to singing birds. A bird does not sing for applause or company. It sings because that is what it was created to do. In the same way, your purpose is not to perform for others.
But how do I know what my song really is? Sometimes I feel lost.
That's the journey of self-discovery. You must silence the noise long enough to hear your inner melody.
Spend time in solitude, reflect, and ask, what makes my soul alive?
Rumi said, your task is not to seek love, but to find and remove the barriers within yourself that you have built against it.
The same is true of authenticity. It's not about inventing yourself. It's about removing the masks you wear for others.
So the real problem isn't the outside world. It's the masks I create out of fear of rejection.
Exactly, that fear is the fortress. And you must tear it down brick by brick, each time you choose truth over approval.
You weaken the walls. Each time you embrace your own path, you grow stronger.
But what if people criticize me? What if they turn away?
Then let them, my son. Rumi teaches that the judgment of pessimists lowers your spirit.
But the encouragement of those who love truth raises your soul.
Surround yourself with those who fuel your fire, not those who extinguish it.
It feels hard, Baba. Like swimming against the current.
It is hard. But remember this, you don't need to reach the summit to be free.
Every step toward your authentic self lifts the fog and reveals more of the path.
Freedom is not at the end of the road. It's in walking it, one true step at a time. So living authentically isn't about waiting until I'm perfect. It's about choosing courage, even in small things. Every honest act, every truth spoken, every dream pursued, it all matters.
It is not about repeating old rituals. It is about carrying their essence into today's challenges.
So wisdom isn't a relic. It's a guide that adapts.
Thank you, Baba. I think I understand now. To truth, Baba. And to finding our own song.
Ancient wisdom does not fade, it transforms, carrying its light into the heart of our modern struggles. And in that silence, the eternal song of the soul continues to sing.
Baba, when you speak of Rumi, it feels as though his words were written for today, not centuries ago.
That is because truth, my son, never grows old. Technology changes, cities grow, but the soul's needs remain the same: love, authenticity, and courage.
Maybe the real challenge is silencing the noise long enough to hear my own truth.
Yes, Cihan. The world is loud, but the soul whispers. You must learn to listen to that whisper.
Thank you, Baba. Tonight I feel like I found a map I didn't know I was missing.
Remember, my son, the map is only a guide. The journey is yours to walk.
And every true step I take, even if small, is part of the song.
Yes, my son. That is how the song of the soul endures. One step, one note, one truth at a time.
The wisdom of the past becomes the light of the present, guiding every step of the journey. And so, father and son found in conversation what all seekers discover in time, that the soul's song is eternal.
This video is part of our self-discovery series inspired by Rumi's timeless wisdom. Take the next step on your journey toward inner peace and clarity by watching the complete series. Click the link in the description to explore the full playlist. If this video touched your heart, subscribe. It's inspired by the timeless wisdom in the 7-book Rumi collection by Dr. Farid Mostaman. Whether you seek healing, love, clarity, or growth, these teachings will guide you inward to the truth of who you are.